are you building your life or just reacting to what life keeps throwing you?
Sometimes I intentionally do stuff, but it's not on the right build.
Yeah, I think people who actively are intentional about trying to build their life, most people are like 50-50. I think the super high, like achieving people or like the super successful people, maybe they might be 60-40, 70-30 at
with building their life,
building versus reacting. Because you're never going to be in a place where you're going to be 100% building. Because I don't care. I always say, like, nobody really know what we're doing in anything. You just got you got experiences to where if I'm going to work every day and my job is to file papers, the first day I don't really know how to file the papers the way they need to be filed. But by day 117, I know how to file papers. So
you're building your
I'm
life?
just in routine pretty much. I'm an expert at filing papers this way. But when I go to company C, they might need their papers filed differently. So I thought I knew how to file papers. I have a bleak understanding of filing papers, but I don't know how to file papers the way companies see. So now I'm relearning all over again. So we're just pretty much
which one is that? Is that just reacting?
You're building, but then you don't know what curveball life's gonna get you. You're gonna have to learn how to react.
So the person who's in the 60 or 70 percentile, how would they have changed and built in that, would you say, organizational filing?
I think those people have a better grasp on creating systems around their life to where no matter what life happens, the things that they built, they don't have to retract too much. Where most of us, we don't understand the process of building like systems, like even like a financial system. Like you get your paycheck, most people put it in the bank account, pay some bills, go shopping, get their personal shit and wait for 2 weeks to come up. And then they now pay it again. Well, I think the people who really understand finances, not even rich people, just people who have a really good grasp over their finances, I'm gonna get paid. A percent goes here, a percent goes here, some goes to investing, some goes to saving, some goes to like a special fund or whatever. And then that's the system that they get. So yeah, paycheck 1, it's not gonna look like much, but by paycheck 64, when they have a financial hardship or their car break down, oh, I pay that, my lifestyle don't stop. Boom, I pay this, it don't stop. Or guess what? That investment finally kicked in some interest. So now I got extra money. So now I'm compounding interest. I think that's when you start getting like the 60 to 70%.
Whoever them niggas is, I ain't them niggas.
But the crazy part, we are though. That's the crazy part. We are those people. It's just you just haven't.
I'm very intentional.
Learned, but you're intentional. So this is the building and reacting thing, right? Like you're intentional with building off the things that you have information on. So, but you're going to react to the things you don't have information on. So like the financial thing, like if no one's put you on game about how finances really work and how to create financial systems, you only know I get my money, I make sure my bills paid, whatever my necessities in life are, then hopefully if
that's reacting to life is what you're saying.
Yeah, you just reacted.
Okay.
But then somebody say, hey, if you do this, and this, now you're building. So that area of your life, there really isn't any more reacting. You got systems in place to catch all that. So you don't got your life, you're on pretty much on autopilot at this point.
I've done that and still had to react though.
And I don't think it's 100% foolproof method. That's why I said nobody's ever going to be 100% in any area. So I try to live my life in a way to where I can be more of a builder than a reactor. I ain't there yet. I'm wrong. I'm not there. But my intention is to be a builder, like create like systems in life or position myself for financial hardship when life does decide to throw you them curveballs, that I'm okay. If there's a $2,000 bill due out of nowhere, a car breakdown, or I got to fly because somebody died or got sick, I'm in a position to just be able to go. Or if clients ain't hitting like they supposed to, the bills are still paid. So I'm like,
financially,
that's just one aspect.
Right.
But like health wise, could be a health thing too, relationship wise, or I don't know, friendship wise, or whatever. Even with the show, like getting to a standpoint now to where if something happens to one of us and we can't shoot for 2 months, how do we keep content going? It's like I'm slowly building to where we're 3 episodes ahead. Like when somebody watches this, it's probably going to be a month and a half. We're already going to have shot multiple episodes. It's going to be a month and a half from this date when they finally watch this. So like,
I do some things like that, but I'm not comfortable determining myself to be the person that's building rather than reacting. I'm at a stage in my life where interpretation of culmination. So I'm still interpreting what the final culmination is.
What you mean? Like final culmination? What do you mean?
Final culmination of what's inside of me mixing with outside sources. So I'm not a money guy like that. That I don't really drive my happiness like that. But like I know for a fact the things that I have inside of me, innate, given to me by God and cultivated by me, are supposed to affect the world. Now, sometimes that effect in the world makes me money. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes it's not gonna make me no money.
But I also think, even not just on the, I don't want to make it seem like it's all financial, but like the person that you are, that you built up to be, especially when we talk about some of the things, how you was in the early days, and you and I are friends now because of the person you built yourself up to be. Because you're like me. You're not just going to be around niggas, just any nigga. If they speak in a certain way, if they care in a certain way, they ain't taking care of home, whatever, you going to protect yourself. And you like, I don't even want that in my world. But you and I met each other at a place in our lives where we, first of all, we recognize what kind of niggas we want in our lives. Like, okay, this is a nigga I feel I can really vibe with. It ain't got nothing to do with finances. It ain't got nothing to do with nothing. We just, the human being in you made me want to rock with you and continues to make me want to rock with you. And I'm believing it's the same way.
But you said something. You said that what I built, I interpreted as what I was already previously equipped with.
See, I think it's the faith without works thing though, right? Like, yes, God put these things in you.
And I had to cultivate.
Work. Yeah. So you're a builder.
For one, I had to understand and cultivate. I'm still getting to a point of understanding.
Oh yeah, you can always do that.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't ever want to be a complete human being.
I wouldn't consider myself a builder because I had all these materials to complete the building without a blueprint.
But what happens?
Or without the caulking. Like I had all these skills, but how do I turn all this raw material into a fully functioning house?
Here's the thing though.
I built the basement,
but here's what
I built the deck.
Exactly though. Like it's the goal. I don't think the goal is for us to build to be a complete being, but it's for us to pick up the hammer. You got to pick up the hammer, and you got to put the nail into the piece of wood. Like you got to do that. Like God is going to give you all the tools and resources that you need, but you got to pick up that hammer. You got to pick up that saw. You might not build the perfect deck, but God's not building that deck for you. But I'm going to give you everything you need to build the deck. Now it's up to us.
But I might not understand that I have what I need.
Yeah, you might not. That's
at 22.
The process too.
At 22, I didn't understand. Fuck that. At 32,
yeah,
I wasn't. I'm only speaking about me personally. I wasn't able to understand and comprehend. Just like I didn't know I was smart, I wasn't able to understand and comprehend the skills that I had relating to life and job skills. So I've always been a creator and a story writer and a writer, but it never clicked
how to bring
that together with my business until now. So I think that it wasn't me building. I always did what I did or whatever, but for me, a lot of the things that happened to me, I feel like are miracles.
We all had opportunities to do things that could have really derailed our lives in a real way.
Or made it better.
I'm pretty sure,
Or made it better.
Or do it better, right? And I think that at some point in time, and I'm gonna personalize just for you because what you're saying, I think at some point in time, you made certain decisions that culminated into helping you become who you are today. And you may not have like actively thought on it. It could have just been like, I just want to do the right thing. I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want to fuck off myself. I see them doing some shit. I don't really like that, so I'm gonna go over here instead. But it's subconsciously that just became your way of being. But you actively did a thing. You made a choice. You made a decision, because we do have free will in that way, so we can make decisions for our lives. Now, I do believe in favor, right? I do believe there are certain moments that we just can't explain. Shit just happened to us, and it happens. But I also do believe that there are choices and decisions that we make that compound and help us become who we are. So that's what I mean by like, because when I look at you, I was attracted to this relationship because I saw you as a builder. Like when you told me you had a podcast, I was like, oh shit, that's dope. And then I listened to it. This nigga not just talking. He got the music playing, he got the jokes cracking, he got the this nigga got 60 episodes already. What the fuck? This nigga is creating a life for himself. So that's what I mean. But like, you are I wouldn't fuck with you if you're not I get disinterested in people who aren't building something for their lives. It could just even be
Is everybody supposed to be a builder?
Yeah. I think even if it's just you building you, I'm not talking about like building careers or nothing like that, but our like, if me and you are friends and then 6 months later you still talking about the same thing, and like, you're not even making an attempt to be a better person. You're not even attempt to be a better father, do better in your career, do like just the growth of that human that we experience as human beings, especially as we get older. Like, those things are, and it could just be me, it could be a flaw thing, and me, it could be an arrogance thing, and me, it could be whatever, or me putting things on my social circles.
Is that subjective though?
It could be. It could be. It could be just me, the arrogance of the human being, right? But I'm attracted to human beings who, not like some poly shit, not like that, don't be on no weird shit, but like human beings who I see actively just trying to just make the most out of their life. And I ain't saying it rich or nothing. That's what's attracted to me.
But what if me trying to make the most of my life, you just didn't know? What if that change that I made was me having a stronger one-on-one relationship with my Lord?
But I believe, based on my experience with God, when you start having better, closer, deeper, more intimate relationships with God, that starts to manifest. Because I'm a prime product of
we always argue about this. Go ahead.
Yeah, and it's a belief, right? It's beliefs, right? Mm-hmm. Like, I believe, like, the man I am today, the way I move in the world, how I think, how I operate, how I talk, how I treat other people, that's a direct correlation to when I decided to go on my own relational journey with God. Not the one my daddy gave me, not the one the church gave me. When I sit and I pray, and God manifests himself and manifests in that. So I believe you start to see it reflect in your life, right? You just become like God tells us, like, we are the light of the world. That
right,
light
but I'm saying,
radiant.
if Terrence has been getting close to the Lord, but he don't tell you that, and when he come over, your conversation still sound the same to you because they not as faith-based or whatever, and they still sound the same to you. I believe that, I'm just asking, is it possible that he could be building, but you just don't know, or you can't see it?
It could be. From my experience, when I have seen people who have gone on that journey of really getting closer to God, there has been a change.
And let me ask you another question. Is it possible that a part of you building is seeing that you had to see that to help you build?
What you mean?
David had to fight the bears and the lions to be able to have the confidence to fight Goliath. Right. So is it possible that that person who was around you in your life was around for your story? So without them, without you not seeing them build like that, it's a part of you that you would have never tapped into.
Oh,
and that wasn't your decision.
Well, I look at it different. Well, another way of like using people, right? Like, when I see people doing certain things that seems to be regressive to their life, or I see people make certain decisions and then it has like a negative effect, instantly that clicks in my head to start examining, okay, how am I reacting in this moment? When I get upset, do I react like that? Because I saw how when that person reacted, how it affected this person, or this person at the gym, in the car cut me off. I see how everybody else cussing people out, or this person did something bad to somebody. Now nobody want to fuck with them. It's like, damn. Well, if I'm supposed to have the love of God in me, even though this person pissed me off or said smut on my name, which I just had something like that happen, that person not even gonna get the time of day to see me angry. I'm still gonna approach that person with grace because that's how God tells me. So I'm looking at other people's life. Okay, just want to make sure.
So somebody who you don't interpret as building, I'm asking, is it a possibility? Me and you always had this conversation. The prostitute, right? But I believe the prostitute was just as blessed as the prince. I believe the prostitute was supposed to be a prostitute. So me and you, 2,000 years later, can be talking about Jesus using a prostitute. And when you think that if she was godly, if she was doing what she was supposed to do, then it would have manifested in her life till she wasn't a prostitute, or where she wasn't a downtrodden looking person, downtrodden living person. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That's what you're saying. If you're living right, then this. But you can go to prostitute, you can go to Job. If I walked up to Job at a certain point in his life, He can't be in the right will of God.
That Job never cussed nobody. Job was still the same
no, he's
Job.
talking wild to his friend. So all I'm saying is, if me and you walked up on Job under that tree and he was downtrodden and he wasn't as positive or whatever it is, it would be hard for me and you to see, dang, that's one of the most faithful people ever.
But if
no, I'm sorry. That'd be hard for you to see.
But no, if I'm already in a relationship, if I'm already in a relationship with you though. If I meet a random person on the street and they going through something, I'm meeting them at this moment. But if I got a relationship with this guy already,
if I got a relationship with you and then 8 months later I show up as Job.
But I know you though.
Right.
I know you though.
But what you just said before this started, I don't want to turn you.
No, but I'm saying I know you though. Mm-hmm. So I know the version of you before you went through the shit.
But how do you know which one is closer to God?
Because I'm still in a relationship with you. So,
but if 8 months later, but you're never in the same calamity as Job, right?
Yeah, but just because you're in a calamity as Job, Job never disconnected from God. So you're never, just because your life circumstances are bad doesn't mean you're disconnected from God.
But I'm speaking about Julian.
I'm still seeing you
looking at somebody else build, right?
But I'm still getting your personality. I'm still getting your mindset. I'm still getting your disposition. I'm still getting the answer that you're spitting out.
I'm not building.
I'm getting all of this. So I know, I can tell like, yo, my man is going through some real shit, but he understands his strength comes from the Lord and not the things around him.
How would you understand that if I didn't tell you?
You don't got to tell me. The way you respond to something. I'm picking up on that. But that's what relationship comes from.
Confused about how you have certainty of who has a closer relationship with God based on how they act. Well, I don't think that's how it works.
It ain't. I'm just in my experience, when I'm really interacting with people who are really in relationship building with God, it manifests through their actions, through their conversations, through the way they move through the world. There's like a light in the spirit that radiates from themselves.
Do you think it's possible to misinterpret it and you are? Do you think you can see an evil person and not be able to understand that it's evil? So what I'm saying is, when you saying when people are in a relationship with God, it looks a certain way.
No,
you think it's possible for somebody to be in a relationship with the devil and it look like they're in a relationship with God?
If you aren't in relationship with God the way that you should be, I think you can easily get manipulated and thinking that something is what it isn't, and also ain't none of us batting 100. Okay. Right, so we all go into situations assuming things, and it turns out to be something else. I'm not saying I'm not exempt from that, to thinking people are one way and they're not, because humans have showed that, and not even just on God in any way. Mm-hmm. It's a lot of niggas that talk about, oh, I'm doing this, I'm building myself up this way, I'm building my career up this way, I'm building my family this way, and then you get around and you be like, oh nigga, you just saying that for the gram, you just saying that for show, you ain't really about what you say you about. So I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is, if on the God front, just from my personal experience, and I'm talking real relationship with God, not putting on the front for people, not because you go to church or you trying to seem like you holier than thou.
How do you know if somebody has a real relationship with God, though? I guess that's my whole thing.
I'm just saying, from my personal experience, everything, the way you treat for me, it's how you treat other human beings, first of all, and especially once I know you believe in God. How you treat other human beings is always the first thing, because that's really God's whole thing, is how we treat one another. I'm looking at, how is love really radiating through, and I also don't negate ourselves first. I also negate,
how we treat ourselves first,
but our God is how we honor God by honoring His people. But
no, you honor God. But I'm sorry, but I interpret it as you honoring God by honoring yourself, because self-preservation is first. That's why He made you can't love. You can't love anybody else without loving yourself.
But nothing Jesus said was self. Everything about Jesus was you, like Jesus speaking. You. Then treat others, love others, forgive others.
But this is my last thing. But it's impossible to do that without loving yourself. Is my point.
Well, I love myself. I don't have to worry about loving myself, because my God loves me. And if we doing what we supposed to do, you loving me enough to where when I can't love myself, I'm getting that from you, and I'm getting it from my God, because every ounce of love that I got, I'm giving it to Nick. That's what we're supposed to be doing.
I can't love you enough if I don't love myself.
You will love yourself enough if you understood God's love for you. You don't even got to worry about loving yourself enough, because it's just going to automatically radiate through you.
I believe that is what the work is
that
because we are made in his image. And I don't think it's possible.
Though.
I mean, what we're doing is just putting different parts in the equation, moving the variable around. I don't think it's possible to love anyone without loving yourself. That's all I'm saying.
And that goes into different buckets, because there's I love myself from a worldly standpoint of I love myself, which is rooted in selfishness.
I'm not talking about that. We talking about God.
That's what I'm saying. So the other bucket is I love myself. I don't have to acknowledge I love myself because God already loves me. So I'm already radiating.
You do have to acknowledge that you love yourself, though. Because you wouldn't have a understanding of love, so you couldn't then.
Because God is already
not if you don't know.
God has already told you what His love is. He
right.
died
but
for
we're
our sin. He already exemplified what that love is. We're talking about you loving
yourself, not God telling you what His love is. So if you don't understand that love for yourself, it's like cooking, right? Like cooking, right? Like, you know, say everybody get their grandma recipe or whatever. If you don't understand how to put that recipe together, you can't teach it to somebody else.
So me acknowledging I love myself because God loved me, but it's not from a individualistic, I gotta have self-love like people be talking about on social media.
I'm never talking about that.
I love me because my God loves me. So I'll give you that. So because my God loves me, but I don't love myself for the sake of me. I love myself.
Because you just said something important. And I'm not saying you're wrong, but I believe I'm not supposed to love me because God loves me. I'm supposed to love me because I am God.
I'm never God. But that's your interpretation. I don't never want to compare myself to God. I'm nowhere near God at all.
I'm not everybody's God. What I'm saying is
even
God,
my own God
seen Himself.
He created me in His image.
And then wanted to replicate that.
Yeah.
And the love, like you said, He loves you. The only way that I can even interpret that or understand love is because I have what God gave me. And God,
My only thing against that, because God would never destroy Himself. And God has destroyed human beings before. And God would never destroy Himself. So that's
every human being?
When He wiped out Earth, besides Noah and his people.
So He didn't destroy every human being.
But God wouldn't be willing to wipe out who He is. So that's my only thing. And we all just speak.
So you agree God killed people, right?
He can, yes. God.
He did
kill people, yes. Why wouldn't God kill people? He can.
So I'm confused about your statement. God would never what?
Kill Himself. That's what I'm saying. When you're saying like, I am a God, I don't want to interpret it how you saying it. When you're like, I am God. I'm like, well, I don't believe that.
The God in me. It sounds blasphemous to say
I know how you say it. Yeah, I got it. But
I don't think, and I think the best example for me is cooking. I cannot teach somebody how to make that dish, even if I have the recipe.
Yeah.
I can't teach somebody how to make that dish if I don't understand how to make that dish. So God can hand me the recipe, but if I don't understand, I'm supposed to be able to know how to cook this dish. There's no way I can teach you.
That's why I said you're a builder.
Like and subscribe. I'm gonna show the world your Pornhub search history. Nasty.